Hi Capricorn, this is your May 12th through the 18th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already married or in a relationship. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the fifth spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Capricorn. And boy, oh boy, do we have a reading for you. All right, we have the Devil clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. In the potential outcome, we have the King of Swords with the Magician and the Six of Wands. And we also have the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Virgo. But the question I have for you, Capricorn, how many people are you dealing with this week? How many people? If you're dealing with 3 people, I wouldn't be surprised. If you're dealing with 2 people, I wouldn't be surprised either. If you're dealing with just 1 person, I wouldn't be surprised. But if that's the case, if you're dealing with just 1 person, then this person will go above and beyond, to make this happen with you. Okay? If you're dealing with just 1 person, they will do whatever it takes to seal the deal with you, so to speak. Okay? And if you're dealing with just 1 person, that would be the King of Swords in the potential outcome. If you're dealing with multiple people, the King of Swords is one of them. And from what I see, the King of Swords is the winner. Okay? If you're dealing with multiple people, 2 or 3, you may decide to move forward with this King of Swords. You can change it, doesn't have to be, but the King of Swords showed up in the potential outcome. And they showed up with the Magician and the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. It's also a card of attention. Okay, but let's go back to the beginning. This is crazy, This reading actually starts with the Devil. The Devil is your major arcana card, Capricorn. This reading starts with you, with your major arcana card. So you're in the center of attention. You're glowing up. The Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Devil, it is a card of a single person. Yes, it is. But at the same time, it's a card of somebody who is glowing up, somebody who is in the center of attention, somebody who is doing very well financially, somebody who is independent, somebody who is doing very fine by themselves. Or people will see as somebody who is like already on the pedestal. And then right next to the Devil, we have 2 aces, right? Before I started clarifying, we had the Devil and 2 aces, right? The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Again, those 2 aces could be coming from multiple people, or both of them could be coming from that King of Swords, right? The Ace of Cups is all about love, true, genuine, authentic love. The Ace of Pentacles is all about serious commitment, offers to get serious, right? The Ace of Pentacles sometimes comes through as a marriage proposal card. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. It is a card of starting a new cycle, a very fortunate cycle. It's a major arcana card, right? It could be like a very fortunate turnaround for some of you. We also have the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's a card of a lot of communication, back and forth communication. It could be a card of travel. Somebody could be traveling this week. Could be you, them, you, multiple people. I don't know. It's also the Cupid's arrows card. So the Cupid is definitely participating, right? And going back to that potential outcome, the King of Swords, the Magician, and the Six of Wands. By the way, the Magician is shared between Virgo and Gemini, right? And if this King of Swords happens to be a Gemini, it's them in the potential outcome twice. Right? The King of Swords could be a Gemini, the Magician could be a Gemini. Right? At the same time, the Magician is a card of somebody who is very creative. It's a card of somebody who thinks outside the box. It's a card of somebody who... it's a card of manifestation, but it's also a card of taking action, right? And the Magician's got all the tools they need at their disposal, and they're using those tools. Right? So this King of Swords, they will, be very creative. They will try one thing, another thing. Perhaps one and another thing could be those 2 aces, right? They will do this for you. They will do that for you. They'll be all over doing things for you. And at the end of the day, we have that Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and success. All right? Capricorn, let me know how many people you're dealing with. Is it just one person, that King of Swords, or is it multiple people? And whom you're choosing. But again, from what I see here, you will probably choose this King of Swords. All right? Really happy for you, Capricorn. Congratulations. If you are already married or in a relationship, Capricorn, the spread is for you. We have the Ten of Wands clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and the Sun on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, maybe a Leo, perhaps a fellow Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, and a Capricorn. So we have 3 major arcana cards on the table. 3, right? We have 5 cards. 3 of them are major arcana cards, and they came out at the end. Okay. We started with the Ten of Wands clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, those 2 cards could be interpreted as somebody working really, really hard to make money. Okay, and I don't know how long it took. It could have been 1 day, 1 week, 10 years, 5 years. Few months, but it's like somebody's been working really, really hard, maybe even struggling just to make money. Okay, and perhaps this week it's paying off. This week it could be paying off, right? The Wheel of Fortune is the start of a cycle, a very fortunate turnaround, right? It's a great card to have. Temperance could be a Sagittarius. You're dealing with Temperance, could be a card of patience. It's also a card of balance. Okay, it's a great card. It's a card of reconciliations. The Sun on the bottom of the deck could be a Leo you're dealing with, but the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So again, whatever that struggle, whatever that Ten of Wands and Knight of Pentacles mean to you, it's like paying off, right? It's going to be, you will know, I don't think you'll have to work so hard. Or maybe your spouse, your significant other may no longer have to work that hard anymore. Maybe you guys are retiring. You know, it could be a retirement, right? Or maybe you're going on vacation or something like that. But yeah, perhaps something else. Whatever that struggle was, it has to do with finances. In some capacity, in some shape or form, it had to do with money, finances. All right? And it's like it's over. You no longer have to work that hard anymore. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Capricorn, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have Death, clarified by the King of Cups. We have the Star. We have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Ace of Wands. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We also have Aquarius. Maybe a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is a bit of a complex reading, even though it may not look this way, Capricorn. So here's what's going on. You could be dealing with just one person, or you could be dealing with 2 people. Okay, you could be dealing with 2 people. Okay, let me interpret this real quick. Okay, let's talk about one person. Let's talk about the scenario where you're dealing with just one person, and that would be the King of Cups, all the way to your left, clarifying Death. Right, so the King of Cups could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Scorpio in particular, not necessarily, but they can be, because Death is a Scorpio major arcana card, right? Scorpio is a water sign, and the King of Cups is any water sign. So if this King of Cups is clarifying Death, it could be a way of the universe to say, I told you it's a Scorpio. Right? For others of you, if it's not a Scorpio, it's some other water sign, right? Cancer or Pisces. Perhaps this is somebody coming back from your past, and perhaps they went through some kind of a transformation in their life. Perhaps they experienced somebody passing in their family, right? Or somebody, a friend, or whoever, right? I'm not predicting anybody passing this week. No, don't freak out. Perhaps after the 2 of you broke up, maybe it's been a few months, a few years, and maybe they experienced the loss of a family member of somebody, and that changed their life, right? That changed their life in a huge way. Right? They've healed from it with the Star card. The Star is a healing card, and they're coming back to you with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Okay? They wanna see you. They want to see you. They want to have a fresh start with you. Okay? So that would be scenario number 1, where you're dealing with just one person. This King of Cups went through some kind of a transformation. They're coming back. They want you. If you're dealing with 2 people, right, then the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands could be maybe a fire sign or some other zodiac sign. And perhaps You've got this King of Cups who is coming back, but you're going to reject them. You're going to reject them, and perhaps because you're dealing with another person with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Or, you could be breaking up with this King of Cups this week, or you just recently broke up with them. And here comes a new person with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. You may have two people coming back to you during the same week. It's springtime, love is in the air. You may have two people coming back. One of them could be that King of Cups. The other one could be, again, maybe a fire sign. All right? So it's going to be up to you how you want to handle this. But these are the scenarios that I can think of. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances this week, Capricorn. We have the Tower, the Seven of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Knight of Swords, and we have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So here's what I want to tell you, Capricorn. You snooze, you lose. All right? So something is going to happen this week that will require your immediate attention. Immediate attention. So don't procrastinate. Don't snooze. Because you're going to lose. If you take immediate action, you will win. All right? That's what this reading is all about. Taking immediate action. All right? So let me interpret this real quick. The Tower, the first card that came out. Something is going to happen unexpectedly, or something may break down. Okay? And the rest of the spread, this is, the remaining three cards, the Seven of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Swords, this is you reacting. Okay, the Seven of Wands, this is you defending your position, fighting off the competition, reacting towards this, insisting on something, okay, pushing your agenda through. Like this is your immediate reaction. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Knight of Swords, okay, and you know what, with the Seven of Wands, perhaps something happens, and somebody's defending themselves, and you will have to go in and help them. Somebody may ask for help while they're still holding the fort. You may have to react and come to that person's help with the Wheel of Fortune and Knight of Swords. Perhaps this is you hurrying, rushing to help to whoever this is in the Seven of Wands, or perhaps somebody will have to come and help you while you're still holding the fort with the Seven of Wands. But those three cards could also be just you. Holding down the fort, defending your position, and then with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords, it's like a counter offense, if you will. Right? This is you gathering up the troops. This is you taking action. Continue to take action. Right? Because the Knight of Swords is the fastest knight out of all four knights, but at the same time, the Knight of Swords is the one who is on offense, the one who gets into fights. But I'm not saying you will have to literally get into fist fights. You will have to continue fighting off whatever that is. Or you will have to continue to stand your ground. Don't procrastinate, right? And with the Six of Wands, you'll have your victory. The Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. I hope all of this makes sense. But as I've said in the beginning, you snooze, you lose. Don't procrastinate. Take action right away. Ask for help if you have to, or if somebody asks you to help them, go help them out, and it will pay off in the future. I hope that makes sense. All right, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Capricorn. But I think at this point you're at least starting to expect it. We have the Fool clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is simply you know what it feels like? It feels like an extended of the first spread. I don't do extended anymore. I used to. I don't do extended anymore, but this is what it feels like, an extended for the first reading, right? And the first spread kind of blew my mind. It was crazy in a good way. It was awesome. As I was pulling those cards out, I felt really suspenseful. I was like, oh my God, what the heck is going on here? All right. So you got this King of Swords here. We got the Queen of Pentacles, which is most likely you. And the first spread was awesome, right? I loved it. But you know what it didn't have? It didn't have marriage cards. This spread does. This spread has two. The Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. That's why it feels like an extended to me. So the Fool clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. Again, if you're dealing with multiple people, perhaps this King of Swords is one of them, and you're going to take a leap of faith, you're going to take a risk, you're going to give this King of Swords a shot, and you will not regret it. Okay? The Fool could also be this King of Swords taking a shot at you. But not just any shot. They're going to bring heavy cavalry, heavy artillery with them. Obviously not actual artillery, right? But they're bringing that Ace of Pentacles with them. All right? The Ace of Pentacles is a very serious offer coming from this King of Swords. Okay, so yeah, and it leads to commitment with the Ten of Pentacles. And as I was clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, I simply asked, how will Capricorn feel about this? And the Ten of Pentacles showed up. Yep, you will feel like this is definitely somebody you could get into a commitment with and maybe marry, Capricorn. All right, so yeah, awesome. That's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Capricorn, have an amazing week.